Dion plus Elite Guard equals pure epicness. Dion without the Elite Guard equals something you don't know what to do with. Hello, this is Soundout here, back to another Transformers review, surprisingly. This time with Transformers Collectors Club exclusive freebie figure 2010, Dion with Cop-Tur. Dion and Cop-Tur. The free figure for this year that you can also buy separately, and I must say, it's not a combiner. That's new look. I don't mind this because he's also an Elite Guard member and he's a complement to the BotCon set from last year that I own. That's where this falls apart. If you don't have the BotCon set, then this toy is pretty much pointless. There's nothing else he looks good with aside from the Elite Guard. Well, maybe Optimus Prime, but that's stretching it. Anyway, he was a free figure. I get him for free because I was Collectors Club, but is he really free that you're paying for the magazine? Yes, I'm just saying that. Anyway, so aside from Dion and Cop-Tur, you also get two missiles because he does come with the missile launchers that the Universe Hotshot did not come with. So this is actually a repaint of Henkei Hotshot instead of Universe. So there, you got the two missiles, and it also says that the membership cards will now be online where you put your own name into it and print it out. So now we get a little bio card done in the Elite Guard style. So very nice. I will be taking a picture of this and I will be typing out the description and all that, the bio and such, on my blog, soundoutproductions.blogspot.com. Please go visit that after the review because it will be up there. Anyway, so let's start off with his little helicopter buddy, Cop-Tur. Here's Cop-Tur. I'm not going to spend too much time on him since he's practically a blue Jolt. Here's Universe Jolt, which is a repaint of him. I do have the original Jolt, but I don't know. Maybe it's so bad he ran away because I don't know where he is. So as you can see, they are pretty much the same paint scheme with even all the paint that's on here. Cop-Tur does have one extra orange paint detail, but that's about it. There's not much difference between these two. Now to transform Cop-Tur, you just fold down his legs like this, and as you push them together between the tail fin, it will pop them apart, which I thought was nice automorph. Bring his chest down, or his cockpit down, bring his arms forward, and there it is. That's all there is to him. Now, for articulation, he's got 360 shoulders, which is blocked by his propeller, kind of. He's got elbows, and he's got full range hips, but and then they're one joint. Now, in order to get him to stand, you had to make him look like someone kicked him in a very painful place, and he still won't stand half the time. Unfortunately, it suffers from the same problem as the original Jolt from Armada, in that you have to put them in awkward poses in order to get them to stand. And them, I mean Jolt and Cop-Tur. This isn't just affecting him because he was a repaint. Here is Mr. Jolt here to compare. As you can see, it's pretty much the same basic figure. There's literally just one extra paint app on Cop-Tur, and that is all. Jolt still silver face, and only two paint apps on his chest. As you can see, they are pretty much the same, so I'm not going to waste any more time. I kind of like Cop-Tur better, I must admit. But that is all for this little mini-con. Let's move on to the main attraction, Dion. Dion. I believe this is the second Dion toy to be released. The first one was an E-Hobby repaint. I don't really count this as a Dion toy, so this counts for Dion. As you can see, he's a repaint of Henkei Hotshot because he has missile launchers in the back. Now, as you can see, there is orange and blue. I really like this Autobot design because it's blended into the blue stripes, but it's cut off still. I wish I kind of painted on the joint, but that's really tough to do. It also says 85 down there. Well, that was the same day, or the same year that his episode premiered, which was War Dawn, was the episode Dion was in. No license plate, unfortunately. But very nice looking vehicle mode. Engine block and such. You can't see his fists in there, but then they painted that side, so I don't really know that's about. Anyway, of course, because I have Universe Hotshot, here's the comparison. I really like Dion a lot better, mainly because of the color scheme. In Hotshot, he's just Hotshot. As you can see, he does have a license plate on him. It says, I'll just move him out of the way real quick. It says Jam. Similar paint details. I noticed, like, there's the similar paint stripe along the side here. You can see that. On the roof, though, is where it's different, because Hotshot here has a V shape on him. And while it's molded on Dion, it's not painted. Dion does have these back here, no Autobot symbol, while Hotshot has an Autobot symbol. But enough of the toy that's been out for a while. We're going to talk about the new one. But yes, very nice looking design. Now, of course, because he comes with the Minicon, it has to be compatible with him. You can stick Cop-Tur in here, and it's really tough to do, considering that these panels move a lot. You just kind of stick them in there. You just have to wedge them in there. And he doesn't even stay very well. You can pop him onto the back here using the Minicon ports. While this isn't official and the instructions looks a lot better than the other combination, it stays a lot better because you can do that for hours and it won't come off. Well, maybe if you do it for days it might, but it's not going to wear down. It's pretty solid. So you can have wind-powered car, which makes no sense. Now, there is one other thing you can do. You can load the two blue translucent missiles, which move into white translucent, which I thought was cool. Just plug them in here, and you can have some nitrous effects like classic Hot Rod. Which actually looks pretty nice. I like that. I didn't really like it on the Henkei Hotshot too much, which is why I don't have the Henkei Hotshot. But you just... Now, let's transform him. Now, of course, because we're transforming him into robot mode, I have adjusted my camera. To start off, you want to eject the missiles so you don't break them. That's a good thing. Now, to start off, you want to take these panels on the side here and unclick them from the back, bring them forward. Unclick them, bring them forward. So you can see more paint details underneath, which makes up for this being missed. You can split the legs here. Now you want to be careful because these parts right here will tend to fall off the rest of the body. Now you want to split these back pieces here, the back part of the car, and I'll split the arms also. It's pretty much splitting things apart and twisting it around. But you got now a, what is that? A Stealth Force figure that Hasbro's coming out with. Except the Stealth Force have guns popping out, not just split apart cars. Anyway, so as you can see, you got stuff going on here. Now at this point you can take the missile launchers out pretty easily. Just kind of have to wedge them out. Get out! They're really tough and stuck in there, but that's the point. You need to take them out. Now for here, you want to take this and click them back. Leave the backpack like that, and it actually works very well because there's no panels in the way. Now you want to flip this part up while you're bringing these parts down, and you want to keep the arms out a little bit. Then you want to take and rotate these to the front, and rotate this to the front. Now this is where you need to transform the legs. You want to bring the foot down, and flip out the toe, and then you can, I like this part, you can flip this down and tuck it away. Not flush, but it's pretty close. Do the same for the other one. This one likes to pop off on me, so I apologize for not showing the real transformation. And then you gotta tab his waist piece together. Now the problem, these come off on almost every one of them, and it's just because these joints up here have been tightened for some reason. Now for the arms, you want to bring them down and fold the panel back. Bring it down, fold the panel back. Now you want to just peg everything together, turn his head around, Once everything's all together, flip out the visor, and there is Dion, looking very much like Hotshot. Very nice looking. I love this robot mode. This is a nice robot mode. I have been waiting for this figure ever since they announced it, just because of this robot mode. And it can get better. I mean, I don't really like Hotshot's robot mode all that much, but this is just awesome. It's full-on awesome, and it can even get even better with some modifications that I'll show later. But yes, there is Dion. Now, more stuff to go over. Okay, so first off, I will bring in Universe Hotshot, who looks a lot yellower. The bright colors are the colors are a little bit subdued from the Armada version, but as you can see, panels crash into panels because they're not cut away like on this version. This looks a lot better. Now there is an alternate transformation where you can cross things in the back, and that really works. Doesn't really work for Hotshot. Doesn't really work for Dion. It's just so you can have articulation in the shoulders. But that's pretty much all for that. Now, I'm going over the articulation on Dion here. Start off, he's got a ball joint neck, very tough to reach. He's got 360 shoulders, kind of blocked by the shoulder panels there. He's got outward shoulder movement, which is actually quite extensive, but there's a way to fix those. He's got double joint elbows, which is kind of blocked by these car doors. He's got rotation above the elbow. He's got hip movement, all the hip movement, including rotation, knees, rotation, and he got some feet articulation. So he can give some pretty cool poses, aside from just standing there looking like a badass. Feature-wise, he doesn't do much. You can fold his visor down so you can have a battle mask, and you can also, of course, give him his guns. I'll put the missiles in him for starters. Now you can put them in his hands, or if you really so desire, you can put them on the sides of his arms too. I don't really know what that's about, but okay, I can go with it. I just gotta keep them in his hands. Now the missiles do look kind of doofy in this mode. I don't really like them too much, so I'll just shoot them at the camera. As you can see, they're actually very powerful. They're actually really strong missiles, which is nice. Anyway, there he is, looking awesome, but kind of bulky. It gets better, trust me. There are modifications I have learned using Hotshot as an experiment, that will make this figure look a lot better than this. Okay, this is kind of cool, but there's more you can do with this. First off, take off these back panels. There's alternate transformations so you can still have them on. It's just best to take them off. Pulling them off doesn't do any damage to the toy. It improves it. Ta-da! Sleeker Dion. That looks awesome. And if you want, you can now have the back of a car. Next, take off the door panels. And you're pretty much done. This is the best Dion can look. And this looks a lot better. The kibble issues that are on Hotshot work for Hotshot because it's Hotshot. He's supposed to be kibbly. His shoulders are supposed to hurt. He also loves jam. This works for Dion. And even if you don't like these sticking out the back, just pop those off too. There's so many things that just come off on this toy that fixes it. And now you have the perfect Dion. This is one badass toy. I really do like this. This is awesome. He can just go and shoot stuff now. You can even hold a Star Saber if you want to. But look at that. That is just awesome. Oh, yeah, you can also have Cop-Tur to stand with him. But I really don't like this mold. Bye-bye. Anyway, back to Dion here. Okay, if any of you have doubts because you don't like the mold of Universe / Henkei Hotshot, now you can fix it to make it look purely badass. It is awesome. This just looks cool. Now, these blend in perfectly because they're black plastic. But yes. Now, if you're going to keep Dion without removing pretty much his entire vehicle mode, then, yeah, he doesn't look that great. This makes him look awesome, and he fits into pretty much a classic shelf. But there is one group of people, or not people, but robots, that he looks the best with. The Elite Guard from BotCon 2009 Wings of Honor set. He fits in perfectly. He seems like the missing piece of this set. I always knew there were supposed to be 5 of these guys. There was just something lacking from the BotCon set, and I wasn't quite sure what it was. It was Dion. Now, it is complete. This awesome group of robots. Till next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.